Hey guys, I'm Alex from technoclass.com, and today we're checking out the Gionee Elife E6. This is their current flagship here in the Philippines. It's powered by a quad-core MediaTek 6589 turbo processor clocked at 1.5 GHz. It's got a full HD IPS OGS display, or I believe it's IPS. It looks really nice. Really nice design. It is. We'll show you that in a bit. Also, one thing is that it's using an unusual OS. It's using an Amigo OS. The OS itself looks really nice, and it's very customized to a specific liking. Anyway, 13 megapixel camera on the back, 5 megapixel on front. It is slightly pricey though. This is 18,999, so about 19,000 pesos. So it is very flagship, very high-end and premium build. So let's check it out, see if it's worth your money. Alright guys, so for those of you who haven't turned off their videos by now because you've learned that it's 19,000 pesos, but I want to try and convince you that this is sort of worth the money because it has a lot of really nice things going with it. As you can see right here, it is a very nice looking phone, and I will show you a little bit more of it. And as you can see, peeling off the stuff in here, it's a really nice looking device. Very shiny and almost iPhone-like, almost Lumia-like plastic design here. Let's polycarbonate. There we go. The camera doesn't protrude on the back, but let's turn it off. Turn it on, and look at the other parts of the box here. There you go. That's booting up. Inside the box here, actually, there is one more thing that is not currently in this box because it's being used. There is a flip cover that comes with the device, so that's with the box. So that's a little bit of a bonus for you guys. Here's your typical your socket adapter for USB, and a micro USB cable for charging and data transfer. There you go, micro USB. Here is a rather higher end sort of headphones. As you can see right here, pretty nice looking headphones here. It looks like more expensive than the usual. It comes with a microphone and a little bit of a button there. Yeah, so high end headphones, that's nice. So in addition to the flip cover, you will get this guy, which is kind of interesting. They call this a universal stand, which basically you just stick this on the back of the phone, and you put the phone on your table, and it is sort of a stand. It's kind of interesting, a little bit of a bonus, although it's just a little bit of a, you know, sticky thing and a little bit of stand. It's a nice bonus either way. You also get here is your SIM tray remover thing, which we will get to in a bit. And on the bottom here looks like a warranty card, a user guide, about 20 plus pages, black and white with pictures, and this is a screen protector. So those are a bit of the bonuses you get from the device. But now let's look at the phone itself. Alright guys, so this is the Gionee Elife E6, and if you're not awestruck by this display just yet, I want to really try to show you how nice that display is. And I didn't clean this. This is just super shiny coming out of the box anyway. Looks really nice. That display is just popping. The colors are just popping everywhere. Display angles are really nice. Is really good. And the display, the design itself is complementary to this display. But yeah, let us talk about the parts of the phone right now. So I'm going to turn off the display right now. There you go. This is a 5-inch 1080p display, OGS, so that's 1920 by 1080. It doesn't say if it's IPS or anything, but I do believe it's either IPS or something like that. Looks really nice to me. There is a 5 megapixel camera in the front here. 5 megapixel, yeah, 5 megapixel camera in the front. There is a notification LED over there, which you might not see, but it's hidden underneath the plastic, which comes out if there is a notification. Speaker grill right there. There's a proximity sensor right there and a light sensitivity sensor. Nice design in the front. It's sort of the very minimalistic bezel only design. Over on the bottom here, you may or may not see it. I might try and turn it on. I guess you can't see it in this light, but there is a home button, back button, and a menu button right there, capacitive. And look at that shininess, shiny. Over on the left side, there is the micro SIM tray, which you can pop off by inserting this little pin right here. I'm not going to do it right now because the phone is on. But it is one SIM. It's a single SIM device. And if you're going to ask, it does not have a back cover. You cannot remove the back cover. We'll get to that in a bit though. Over in the bottom, it looks like 2 speaker slots. I don't know if that's actually stereo, but it does seem nice that there's 2 speaker grills right there. This reminds me a little bit of the iPhone though. This is the speaker grill right there. Micro USB slot for charging the data transfer, and it looks like a pinhole microphone right there. Over on the right side, let's just get that to focus maybe. There's the volume rocker in a bit of a metallic design. I don't know if that's actual metal, but it is nice and it is pretty to look at. Over on top, you have a 3.5mm headset jack and a metallic power and unlock key. So pretty nice design on the sides and with the metal accents and stuff like that. White glossy polycarbonate design. Over on the back, we have a very minimalistic back here, almost iPhone-ish, but more Lumia-ish as well because of the curved plastic right there. You can see the reflection, really nice looking. Gionee logo over there in gray, not so easily seen, but that's nice. A little bit of a cancellation microphone over there, I believe. This is the 13 megapixel camera and a LED flash, which does not protrude off the back, which is really nice. And also, if you want to install the flip cover, that won't scratch that easily as well. So that's nice. Overall, the design is almost I don't know, artistic or whatever. It is very, very nice. It looks like a mix of a large iPhone and a Nokia Lumia. White Nokia Lumia, glossy. I do get scared that if I put it on the floor or the table and it just gets pushed around, it might get scratched, but that's what the flip cover is for. But yeah, one of the most impressive looking designs I've ever seen in a not major international brand phone. But it is kind of pricey, so it is you are paying for that premium. So yeah, that is it for the design. Let us look at the interface now, which is a lot more. It's gonna be a long video because that interface is crazy. Let's get to that right now.
Guys, don't forget to watch the big time show.
Alright guys, so you are not in Kansas anymore, Toto, because this is the most customized Android interface we've ever seen in the past years. And it has got a lot of customizations going on. It's actually very smooth and very nice to look at as well. We are at the lock screen right now, and you are wondering how to unlock it. Well, you just slide this guy up and you are there on the home screen. If you want to lock it, you just slide this downwards, and you can see it does lock. Over on the lock screen, you can actually, there is a nice convenience feature by going right here, swiping right there. This is sort of a mini camera. You can turn on your flash right there, sort of a LED light for flashlight, you know, when it's dark. This is a camera right there. It takes 1920 by 1920 pictures, square format for your Instagrammers. And this is sort of an audio recording if you want to do some audio logs, you know, captions log. But it's a nice feature. It takes so you can take pictures while on the lock screen. But yeah, there's another one that I want to show you. Actually, I'm just going to show you right now. For example, I'm going to get to the music player right here. And if you play some music, the music player goes on the home screen right here. And that is the main feature of that home screen. It won't go away. And if you lock the phone, it does show up right there. And so that's a little bit of a convenience feature for you. You can change your lock screen stuff right there. Pretty nice feature, and it's on the lock screen automatically. Very nice. Let's move on. Alright guys, so after that little adventure with the music player, I can actually show you the home screen right now. This is the home screen, and as you can see, I'm scrolling through a bunch of apps. This is not widgetized app interface, and as you can see, I'm just getting 3 bars on the three rows on the bottom, 3 rows, 3 columns, I don't know, and that's it. That's your main interface. You do not get an app drawer. This is your app drawer itself. It's sort of like iPhone, where there's no app drawer, but you can make folders. For example, I can mix the Minion Rush icon with the Plants vs. Zombies 2 icon. Creates a folder. You can spread it out if you want, and as you can see, it does shaky shake like the iPhone shaky shakes. I don't know what you call that. So you can do that. You can spread it out like this. If you want to install apps, you can click on the X button. I'm not going to do that. But it is similar a little bit to the iPhone interface, where you can hold on to the icons. You can move it around a little bit, and you can uninstall from there by clicking the X button. That is interesting. There is no, like I said, there is no app drawer. No app drawer. This is all your apps right here. There is no way you cannot remove, you can't have, you will have all of your apps on the screen right here, which is interesting. The wallpaper does scroll a little bit, and it is really nice. Actually, if you lock it, you can see the wallpaper is very detailed here, but when you unlock the phone, you will get sort of a blurred wallpaper back, which allows you to see more, you see the icons more. Yeah, no app drawer and no widgets. There are no widgets here. You cannot install widgets, which is very interesting, because if you like widgets, you can't do that. Pretty much this weather widget up top and your music widget is the only thing you can go with, unless you install something of a different launcher. For example, I'm using Nova Launcher here as my backup, and you can install that, and I have my favorite widgets over here on the right side. Obviously, if you're not a big fan of widgets and you don't use them that much, it's not a big deal, and this is a pretty nice interface that I don't think you will need it unless you're really big on widgets. So yeah, it's fairly smooth. It's running on, 4.2.2, I believe. The main thing with that is there's so many icons on the home screen. As you can see, it does sort of have common settings on the settings, and you can go to all settings. So the settings area is white and with different icons. You go to About Phone, and then you can see Gionee E6 4.2.1. There is a, slightly different interfaces here. As you can see, you can back up your stuff. Let's try and see. There's a system update thing here. There you go, system updates. A little bit interesting build with icons, and really nice, transitions in between stuff. It's really hard to actually show you everything here, but I want to show you the multitask. You can multitask by pressing the home button on the home screen, and as you can see all the apps I have running right now. That's the music player. We can close that. That's a home. That's a Nova Launcher, and I have everything closed right now. So that is pretty much the main stuff. Although you can change, wallpapers and designs and stuff. And let's get to the here. Let's find that color. There you go. So you can change the wallpaper, you can change the theme, and change the effects of the home screen. For example, I want to make the swiping random, so if you do that, there's different transitions between home screens. So it is slightly customizable. There is a lot of color and a lot of nice icons. The display makes the thing look really nice, although it is a 1080p display powered by a MediaTek quad-core 6589 turbo processor. Typically, those kinds of phones will have a little bit of lag in between transitions because the processor just isn't fast enough for all of it. Although if you use the Nova Launcher, it is pretty smooth. But it is very, very nice to look at, and it's not super slow to look at as well. So it is a, I don't know, it's not as laggy as you might seem it to be. Anyway, this has 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of ROM, no micro SD as mentioned before. You cannot remove the back. 32 gigs is ample enough for me. But some people like the convenience of having an extra micro SD slot. You cannot remove the 2020 milliamp hour non-removable battery as well. That is redundant, non-removable, then you can't remove it. And it only has one 3G micro SIM. So if you're a dual SIM guy, that is not something for you. But yeah, that is it for the interface, let's check out the camera now. Alright guys, we are back and we are checking out the camera interface of the Gionee Elife E6. And now the interface is actually mostly stockish, or I mean, something you would expect. A little bit of customized stuff here and there, you know, circular icons and a little bit of extra modes in here. But I think the biggest thing that is changed here is that it's actually very responsive. It takes pictures really quickly and it's very responsive, you know, focusing is not slow. And shutterbugs will really appreciate that it's super fast. Takes pictures like super fast. Just click, click, click. There you go. The image quality on the shots are actually fairly nice, fairly good, above average or even higher quality than I would expect. And even the front-facing camera is pretty good. The video recording is also good as well, so you can check that out at the end of the video as usual for my kind of video. So you'll see that at the end of the video. So yeah, let's move on, check out some games. Alright guys, here we are playing Temple Run 2 on the Gionee Elife E6, and as you can see, the display is really nice. That's still one of the things I'm really happy about. And the Temple Run 2 game runs fine. Maybe a frame skip here and there, but it's not super serious enough that you will lose the game by the frame skip. But there you go, swiping works fine. There is no input lag that I can see, and the tilting works fine as well. So that's it for the Temple Run 2 test. Let us move on now. Alright guys, here we are playing a game called Modern Combat 4. This is a first-person shooter, one of the popular ones out there. It's made by Gameloft. And this is where the 1080p display is giving us a little bit of a disadvantage because the processor is having a harder time rendering the game at 1080p. And as you can see, that results in a bit of frame drops, a little bit below than what we would like. It is, you know, you can still kill people, and this is one of the busiest scenes in the game. This is the intro, so you should be able to breeze through some of the game without much lag. But as you can see, it does run smoother on 720p displays. This is 1080p, and that's why it's suffering a little bit. I mean, everything looks great. The pixels are really small, and the scenery is really nice, but yeah, it does do a little bit of frame skip here. But yeah, that's a little bit of a disadvantage. Let's check out something else now. Alright guys, here we are checking out a game called The Dark Knight Rises, I believe. And this is a Batman game, obviously. And you might have noticed a little bit of frame skip already. But as you can see, it looks really nice. And the graphics are really good. Unfortunately, there's a bit of frame skip. Is that Batman? Oh yeah, frame skip here. A little bit of a sort of slow-mo part of the game though, but it is pretty framey as well. And I just got a message. Whoa, yeah. It's a little bit less playable than I would like. But yeah, that's because of the 1080p display. You know, we gotta make some sacrifices somewhere. But yeah, that's it for the Dark Knight Rises. Alright guys, here we are checking out the game called Dead Trigger 2, and one of the newer games out there. And surprisingly, this is one of those games that actually runs really well on this game, on the Gionee Elife E6. I believe, I guess it's very optimized for games like this. And as you can see, whoa, warning scientist. Actually, I haven't played this level yet, so see what happens. Oh, there we go. So it's very smooth actually. This game on this even on 1080p displays. Wow, that guy's very tough. Whoa, I died. How did I die? Well, anyway, so that is Dead Trigger 2 on the Elife E6, and it actually runs really well. So if you prefer zombie games, I guess that's pretty good. So yeah, that's it for the gaming chests. Alright guys, so I think that's about it for our coverage on the Gionee Elife E6. This is a very nice, very premium phone. And got some freebies like the flip cover and the universal stand, even though it's just the, you know, suction cup and a thingamajig on the back. It's a very premium build, premium design. Everything's premium on it, including the OS. It's very nice looking. Of course, it's still quite expensive at $18,899, but to me, the premiumness and some of the features like the sort of the camera widget right here, and I really like the camera app. It's very fast. I enjoyed taking pictures with it. I will show you the sample of the images at the end of this video, of course. But yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna give you the pros and cons right now. So some of the pros include, well, this is one of the best looking devices I've ever seen in this, well, price range and sort of in this sort of competition range. Very premium design. I like the plastics, although it might get scratched if you put it on the table and then slide it around. Really nice display as well, as you can see. And yeah, impeccably bright and colorful display right here is really nice. Flagship specs also include, and it also has 2 GB of RAM. It doesn't have a micro SD, but you do get 32 gigs of storage, so that's not bad. So the skin is really nice as well. I really like it, although if you're a fan of widgets, that might not be for you. It sort of hides the fact that it's running on the 6589 MediaTek Turbo, so you don't get, you know, it's a lot less evident when it comes to like losing frames in the interface right there. But it's very pretty, and I believe a lot of you will like that if you're into, you know, fine, really nice looking interfaces. Camera quality is also very high, and I like the fact that the camera app is very fast. I like that a lot. I mean, it's not very laggy when it takes pictures and stuff. So you will get the shot that you wanted, and even in low light it's pretty good. Not the best low light. No, I wouldn't say it's the best in low light, but it is very, very good. I will show the sample images later. But yeah, LED notification is also a big bonus over there. It's lights up red, orange, and green. I believe it does have a lot of colors in there, so that's a nice bonus. Look at this design, really nice. So the pros though is that the 1080p display is a little bit too much for video games. It's definitely a little bit more framey than I would like. Because of the 1080p display, a lot more pixels are being pushed by the graphics processor, and that's typically hard. Also, the interface, you know, we'll see a little bit of a frame skip here and there, especially when you lock it, I believe. When you there you go. When you lock it and unlock it, there's a little bit of a sort of slowdown there. Not a big deal, especially with this interface. It's very smooth looking. And the number 2 con, the only number 2 con, is it's priced too high compared to the equal spec competition. So of course it's competing with a lot of local brands right now, some international brands, especially with this specification range. But I do believe it offers the you know, high quality build, high quality finish, and the UI to stand out from the lot. So if I were to give it a score, I would give it 3.5 out of 5. If it were maybe priced a little lower, I'd give it 4 and 4.5. But yeah, it's a nice, really nice phone, and I would recommend it to people who want something really stylish and really unique, especially with the UI. Of course, you can change it if you want, but yeah, that's not what you're buying this guy for. The Amigo OS is pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it. 3.5 out of 5 stars, Gionee Elife E6. Pretty good phone if you like the stylish stuff. I'm Alex from thetechnoclass.com. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and as always, if you liked the video, please press the like button below. Add it to your favorites and or share it to your friends. If you got something to say, drop a comment in the comment box as well. Of course, more importantly, you should hit the subscribe button on top. This will keep you up to date with our new uploads and helps us out tremendously too. That's it guys, see you next video.